For the past few months, I've been experimenting with the idea of a podcast blog infusion. This was met with expected dissonance, since I hold no expertise in any area. Expertise, that is, being a prerequisite for talking about anything substantial. After mulling this over some more, I began to lean more towards, why not? At the very minimum, this would be an archive of what I was thinking about a given subject at a particular point in time. There are people who talk a great deal with only a paucity of knowledge in any given topic. We often ground conceptual and abstract ideas about ourselves and each other in experience, not objectivity or research. Experience certainly holds enormous value, especially in interactions with those closest to us, but we cannot solely rely on reading articles for knowing the intricacies of our parents or lovers. Discourse of ideas is similar. We often follow unique reasoning to structure the world around us and ultimately ourselves, seldom allowing a thought that came from outside our heads to enter our minds. An occasional fun fact or tidbit of information might yield transient fluctuations in how we maneuver within the space of our consciousness and the world, but these alterations are often forgotten or not properly analyzed. It is for this reason that we do not hold ourselves fully accountable for how and what we think. Thinking is simply not thought of enough. Some ideas are never fully exposed, even to ourselves. The meaning of this is twofold. First is a fear of scrutiny. Especially in a world of deplatforming culture, we refuse to reveal the full extent of what we think. In other cases, perhaps, it's the fear inside ourselves about what we truly think. Secondly, how often have you had a conversation or a written musing that ascertains something you previously did not know you even thought? A thought that comes from seemingly nowhere that perhaps was constructed in that moment, or just needed the right bait to be reeled in. This, among other reasons, is why I am experimenting with this platform of discourse. It is a challenge to me. I will certainly lend in areas I know very little about, but will or will want to talk about them anyways. This creates not only an internal challenge, but a potential external one as well. Feedback from someone who knows more will likely cause me to incredulously rethink things. This level of ignorant transparency can become a strength instead of a weakness. Instead of being defeated by a deficiency in knowledge, it can be used as leverage to fill in the gaps. Perhaps there is a great deal of selfishness involved with this, that I cannot deny. But I also cannot deny the factor of selflessness. I hope to, even if slightly, illustrate to people that there is potential for growth, for advancement in our ideas. Conversation is truly the only tool that we have to facilitate any change at all. Whether these be acute, interpersonal conversations, conversations to ourselves, about ourselves, or meta-dialogues that percolate through our whole society. If anything, I hope to plant the seed that discussing ideas makes us more human. Exposing our ignorance to ourselves and each other can be met with a push to become less ignorant. This level of vulnerability requires a certain amount of humility, of course. We will say stupid things. We will say wrong things as well. But this ignorance will only breed arrogance when the correction of our erroneous ideas is not welcomed but pushed away. Seeing reality with enhanced clarity and accuracy will only further the advancement of us, both as individuals and as a collective. In short, this is an invitation to join me in embracing our ignorance of the world, to embrace the contention and controversy. Such embrace is what allows these flaws to flourish and mature into strengths and growths. Indeed, we will likely never achieve perfect levels of reason or wisdom, at least not in organic human bodies. Moreover, we will never eradicate our flaws and imperfections. But learning to live with these, however, in conjunction with learning from them, is the prerequisite for an examined life.